Busia Dr. Mohammed Bawumia akwako PM ewo UK abonten so London to preside one the Young Executive Forum eshia as part of the thank you to our ekosui na dwumadie na se ana opanyini edi tudwa se ye hu how asidi no esi appreciate na me empembirika empentemfa ayeye ne konkoma the current administration na enwuma bi the New Patriotic Party di gu akwa me bi ne good for oil any good purchasing programs are they share so at the time na Ghana here 3 billion every IMF and so due to this program omutimi nya 5 billion more than sika na omo ehwehwe ne no ana ama ye hu di significant effect a GDA se begina na so ache despite a global effect wo yes dollar na so na gibre opanyini na nkasa no lisem wo ha wa bro kuku pi mu e wo London gibre.
The appreciation of the city that we have seen recently, I think one of the things that if you ask a simple question to the NDC to point out exactly what policy they have implemented that has resulted in the appreciation of the city, they cannot tell you one that has been implemented, not sort of talked about, but actually implemented. They cannot tell you one such policy. They only passed their budget in March. They've not even issued any contracts and paid for anything, pretty much. So you cannot ascribe what is happening to the currency to a policy that they have implemented. There's no such policy that has been implemented that has had that impact yet. For me, we had anticipated the impact of gold in this economy. I talked about it when we got into dire straits in 2022. And I said that when you look at Ghana being the largest gold producer in Africa, our reserves of gold at that time was 8.7 tons. You look at US, they have 8,000 tons. UK over 2,000 tons, same with France, and so confidence in your currency because people know whenever, because the gold, why I went for gold is that you don't need to export to get gold. You need to export cocoa to get foreign exchange, timber, oil. You need to turn it abroad. But as for Ghana, you just need to dig it or pay for it with cedis. So it was a much easier way to do it. And so we started the gold purchase program. And in 2 years, Bank of Ghana had bought $5 billion worth of gold. 5 billion. Remember, we are going to IMF just for 3 billion and going through all sorts of hoops. But in 2 years, we had bought 5 billion. So we increased the gold reserves in Ghana from 8.7 tons to 30 tons. So for 65 years after independence, we only had 8.7 tons. But in just 2 years, we went to 30. And so that is a big backing for the currency. I mean, they have been in office so far. They've not even increased it by 1 ton. 1 ton, one. Not a single 1 ton. They haven't increased it by, but people, after all the noise of the election, people are paying attention to our reserves. That is one thing, which we have built to 30 tons. Secondly, you've mentioned that the US dollar itself is on the decline globally. And that has also strengthened. If you go to Zambia, for example, the kwacha has gained a lot of ground also because you have the US dollar declining in value because of what is happening in the US with all of that. So I think those are critical. And then there's the third element is that they are not spending. I mean, if you are managing an economy, you have to pay your bills. They are not paying IPPs, for example. This is why the doomsday is so acute, and they are not paying contractors. So when you are not spending, there's less pressure on your currency. So those are some of the reasons why you are seeing an appreciation of the currency. But if you look at it, if we had not instituted the gold purchase program as well as the gold for oil program, our economy would have collapsed. It would have. Where would we have gotten $5 billion just, to support the economy? You wouldn't have gotten it. So I believe that it is clear that what we put in place, and I believe this is going to be there for a long time, what we have put in place should help us maintain stability in the currency. President Mahama came, his first election, Mahama's one was an aberration, because 2012, we were going for an election against Mills. So all our ammunition and our battle plans was against Mills, right? And so we did everything we could. Unfortunately, may his soul rest in peace, he passed away. And then it was Mahama who was sworn in and then became the candidate. Now, for the rest of the campaign, NDC was playing funeral songs. I'm sure many of you saw it. They had angels on the TV. They were playing mourning songs. How could you even attack them? You'll be seen as insensitive. They mourned all the way to victory. They mourned all the way to victory. And we were just sitting there. Even then, as I said, 2012, he won, but we disputed it. But he was the one who won at his first attempt. But Ghanaians gave him the boot in 2016. And then he came back again, in 2020. He didn't win. And then 2024. When you look at it, who would have thought that Mahama would come back again and be president of Ghana? Nobody would have thought that, but that is exactly what happened. His fourth go at it, 2012, 2016, 2020, 2024. He won in 2024 like he did in 2012. So Nana Akufo-Addo also went 3 times before he won. Mills went 3 times before he won. So there is a sense that in 2028, NDC is going to bring a candidate for the first time. A new candidate, isn't it? They've run out of choices now of Mahama. Mahama has been their perennial candidate over the last few elections. Now they will have to bring a new candidate. I believe we will have an advantage, all things being equal, over that new candidate coming in 2028. I believe we will have a very big advantage. The second set of reasons that I believe we are going to win is because NDC is actually in government. Why do I say so? In opposition, they made so many promises and told a lot of stories about what they were going to do. And they've now come into government. It's not easy to do propaganda when you are in government. It's very easy to do propaganda in opposition. So they told so many lies in opposition. They said that when they come, they will bring down the cost of kinky and the cost of living. I don't know, have you noticed the reduction in kinky prices in Ghana? No. Prices are rather going up, whether you are looking at cement or other things. They are not coming down. So I think that, and this is only 4 months or 5 months, you will see that this lie that they told about reducing the cost of living will be more and more exposed as we go forward. They also lied to cocoa farmers that they are going to increase the price of a bag of cocoa from 3,100 to 7,000. The cocoa farmers were very excited and voted for them. But today, they are saying that they had wrong information. So they are not going to increase the cocoa price. So again, cocoa farmers are not happy with what is going on. They said that when they come, Galamsey will be stopped. Now they've come and Galamsey is rather increasing. It isn't stopping. The illegal mining is going on. And so our water bodies are even getting more destroyed. The environment is getting more destroyed. They told teachers that once they get into office, the teacher licensure exams that the teachers have to write will be abolished. The teachers were very excited and they voted for them. Today they are telling them that they won't touch the licensure exam again. They were now going to abolish it. So teachers are not very happy. The double track system was another that they said they will be able to end within the first year. Today they are saying that they cannot touch it until 2027. So they are really getting exposed. Then they told us they will bring in a 24-hour economy. This is their flagship promise, their flagship policy, 24-hour economy. Of course, we all knew it was a joke, but they really had big billboards, trying to convince Ghanaians that for every job they were going to have 3 people doing that job, and they'll create so much employment. Today, it's completely missing in their policy. They are not even talking about it. It didn't appear in their budget. And in any case, how can you have a 24-hour economy with Dumso at the same time? I mean, you can't. So Dumso has taken over, and we warned Ghanaians that Dumso and NDC work together, and that was going to happen. Ghanaians didn't listen, but we basically have been proven right. Dumso is pretty bad, and it's likely to get worse from what we can see. So I think that the NDC in government is being exposed in just 5 months, and by the time they hit 4 years, I think you will see a big clamor for the MPP to come back into office. I think you will see that. Also, when you look at Ghana, people usually after 8 years, get tired of governments. This is why we wanted to break the 8, but that didn't happen. You remember that when Kufuor left office, he wasn't a very popular president at the time he was leaving office. Don't you remember? Yeah. But today, President Kufuor is one of the most popular presidents that has come in the history of our country. He's very popular today because people have had a chance to reflect over his accomplishments, and he did some marvelous work. That is the same way I believe that once people sit down and reflect over the next 4 years, and especially contrast with what NDC is doing, people will appreciate the work the Nana Akufo-Addo government also did for Ghana. People will appreciate it. And I believe that posterity will be kind to Nana Akufo-Addo and the government of the MPP. I believe posterity will be kind to him. So these are the reasons I believe that we have a good shot at the 2028 election. I believe that we are in a very good position to win this election, and we should be very, very enthusiastic. I want to count on all of your support. YEF has been a backbone for this party, and I want you to continue to be a backbone for this party. We are the New Patriotic Party, the elephant is our winning symbol, and we shall win to save Ghana. Thank you very much. God bless you.